Welcome to Pro and Independent Wrestling Talk, Piwt. I'm your host, CJ Hale, and we're doing predictions for WWE Payback 2017. And let's get going. We're going to start off with Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. For this match, I just see Enzo Amore as too much of a weak link for Big Cass to pick up his slack and beat Gallows and Anderson. They've been on a destructive path, and the WWE has been slowly but steadily trying to get them over with the crowd. We already have a big backing of the club fans that are behind Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, but I just don't think it would make sense for Enzo and Big Cass to be feuding with either of the winners for the Tag Team Championship tonight. I could see either one, Enzo and Cass, or Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, becoming the #1 contenders after this match, but I can't see either Matt and Jeff or Cesaro and Sheamus feuding with Enzo and Big Cass. That would be two baby faces feuding against each other, so I'm going with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson for the win here. Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. This one's super simple. Seth Rollins beat Triple H at WrestleMania. He's coming off of that win. There's no way that Seth is going to lose to Samoa Joe unless this ends in a no contest or someone comes out to help Samoa Joe. Neville versus Austin Aries. This is that whole concept we're seeing kind of with Samoa Joe and Austin Aries is similar. They're both seasoned veterans who have the crowd well behind them. I see Austin Aries taking a pin for this match as well. Neville is still young. He's a WWE product, and he's the best heel in the Cruiserweight division right now. I do not see him losing the Cruiserweight title anytime soon. And if he does win, it's going to be against someone who's dominant. Austin Aries is a fan favorite, but Austin Aries won't get lost in the mid-card shuffle. I can see a great feud between Austin Aries and the Brian Kendrick after this match, and I can also see a great feud between Akira Tozawa and Neville. So I think that's the setup because WWE has been pushing Akira Tozawa. Look out for Akira Tozawa to be the next Cruiserweight champion after Neville goes through Austin Aries. The Hardys versus Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro. For this one's a bit tricky. If the WWE has, in fact, taken the ownership of the Broken Matt gimmick, then Matt and Jeff will definitely lose the belts against Cesaro and Sheamus, and that will complete their expedition of gold, and that would explain why they would be splitting up and going their separate ways. I believe that's the storyline moving forward, whether or not Matt turns broken tonight or in the future, but when they lose the championships, they've conquered every championship, every major championship around the world, so now it's time for them to go on their own broken paths, no pun intended, and I believe that either one can win this. I don't believe the legal dispute between Impact Wrestling and WWE has been settled, so I'm going to go with Matt and Jeff for the win on this one. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. This is going to be Bayley. Plain and simple. I see Bayley becoming the face of the women's division on Raw. Bayley's, she went into WrestleMania as the champion, and Alexa Bliss just made her way into Raw. She's going to be working her way up. I could see a fantastic feud between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks before Alexa Bliss revisits the women's title. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. Kevin Owens is going to win this one simply because Chris Jericho is going on tour with Fozzy. So don't expect Chris Jericho to move to SmackDown or win the United States Championship. Chris Jericho is going on a sabbatical. He may return soon to the WWE at some point, but we're not sure on exactly the plans for Chris Jericho. Kevin Owens is going to win this match. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. I highly believe at least one of these matches tonight is going to be a no contest, and that's either going to be Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman or Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Although I believe the WWE is going to try to protect Roman Reigns, but also protect Braun Strowman. So this is important to know here. I believe this match will end in a no contest, or Braun Strowman will win via disqualification, and we're going to see Roman Reigns snap on Braun Strowman, do something ridiculous, hurt the big guy pretty bad. I think that's how it's going to end. So again, either Braun Strowman by disqualification or a no contest. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Now this one is obviously going to be a no disqualification match. So I'm actually going to go with Bray Wyatt as the winner of this match, considering this is his match, this is his gimmick, this is something that they can do every year at Payback, is have a House of Horrors match with Bray Wyatt and integrate that into the feud or into the storyline. I think this is an excellent, diversion and kind of way off the beaten path with the WWE to have a match like this. I could see Bray Wyatt taking the win because a bunch of people with sheep masks show up and help him destroy or bury or do whatever they can to Randy Orton. So it's going to look like Randy Orton becomes destroyed or hurt or something to that extent. And then Randy Orton's going to rise back up. But I do see Bray Wyatt winning this match, and that also makes sense considering Randy Orton is not going to be holding the WWE title for too much longer. Jinder Mahal actually might become the next WWE champion, so making Randy Orton look strong right now would probably not be the best idea. If Randy comes off of a win against Bray Wyatt in a House of Horrors match, you can almost guarantee that he's going to beat Jinder Mahal as well. So, Bray Wyatt for the House of Horrors match. So that's it. In conclusion, I'm just going to go over these again. Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. We're going with Gallows and Anderson. Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe. Seth Rollins. Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Champion. Neville retains. Matt and Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Hardys retain. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Bayley retains. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. Kevin Owens retains. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, either a no contest or disqualification win for Braun Strowman, and Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt as the winner. That would be a hell of a closing of the show if Bray Wyatt wins. Until next time, everybody, I'm your host, CJ Hale. Make sure you like and subscribe, Piwt, Pro and Independent Wrestling Talk, and support our channel. Thank you, and enjoy Payback.
This is my yard now.